All right, let's talk about numbers. These are important, and you want some numbers that fit in with the rest of your script. And these are, they're numbers, so they don't connect or anything like that. But these numbers really do fit in with this cursive script that I've been teaching you. And they look really sharp and clean. Obviously, you can use whatever numbers you want, and there's all kinds of variations of each of these numbers, but these are the ones we're going to learn here today. And then we're going to learn some symbols as well, just to make sure you can, add all the little extras into your writing, because these things come up when you're actually doing real world writing. So yeah, let's look at these numbers. We'll just go through them one by one. First, notice that they all, before we start writing them, they all come up just a little bit above the X height. So they don't go all the way up, like this. That'd be too big. That wouldn't fit in with the size of your writing if you made them that big. Just bring them up a little bit above that X height. The 6 comes up a little bit higher than the other letters. And then the 7 and the 9 come down just a little bit lower. They descend a little lower below that baseline. All right, so let's do these letters. The 1 is just a straight line on our main slant, just like that. The 2 has this little hitch in it right there. And then we go down to the baseline and do a little overturn over the baseline. All right, I'll do this one big, because notice this little hitch move in the 2. All right. You don't have to have that in your 2. You can leave it out, but I think it's a great way to write the letter. The number, excuse me. All right. Let's do the 3. Another hitch there. And then a little loop, and we're just curling it around. Like that. And if this loop is closed on the 3, that's okay. It's a very small letter. The loop is very small. If you don't have a really fine pen, it's going to be hard to keep that loop open. 4, you're just starting almost at the X height and making this little print L shape like that. And then you just have this line that comes down to the baseline like that. The slight curve on it. Slight little curve on it like that. With the 5, you know how to make a 5. This is pretty standard 5, regardless of what script you're doing. Coming around, making that little upside down question mark kind of move, and then just hitting the top on it like that. Nice and flat. I like a little curve in this top to the 5. It's curving just a little bit under curve that way. The 6, again, starting a little higher than our other letters, but it's just a curve around like that, and then looping and finishing at the bottom, right on the baseline. Very simple. The 7 has that little hitch in it, and then it has a little compound curve there, and finishing below the baseline. So there's a little compound curve here, and I'll make it bigger so you can really see it, and I'll exaggerate it a little bit. Coming up and around. All right. See how it's going like this? That makes that 7 look really nice like that. The 8, we're going to start at the top right, loop around, and just do our figure 8 move like that. This one's hard to keep on slant for a lot of people. You just have to practice with it. I think a lot of people want to do it like this. And what you're doing when you do that, you're pulling this down too far to the right. All right? So don't pull it down so far to the right. Pull it down on this slant line. Okay? That'll keep it on slant. All right, let's look at the 9. Again, this is one of our letters that really is going to come below the baseline, but it also features kind of that A shape, a little more rounded. And then we just go below the 9. I really would just think about making a nice rounded A, and then just pulling it a little bit below the baseline. I made that one a little big, and I didn't make, let's try it again. Don't be afraid to get close to that baseline with this A shape. There we go. That's looking good. And then our 0 is just our oval that comes up above the X height just a little bit. All right, let's do some symbols. Our question mark coming up just above the X height, around and down, putting that dot below the baseline like that. Exclamation point, just a straight line on your main slant like that with the dot below the baseline. Our and symbol. So instead of writing out the word and, I do this all the time, I just use this symbol instead. Just kind of a little curving downstroke like that, coming up like we're doing an H and looping through. It's a nice and. Do it again. Down, back up, looping through. See how this line curves like that, and then this is on that slant line. All right, we have our at symbol. Instead of writing the word at, or if you're writing prices at a certain, how many units at a certain price, you can write this symbol, very common. It's just an A. It's a nice tight turn around it, all the way around, okay? So you make your A, and then you just go into your circle around the A. And to make it look really good, you want to have the same amount of space around the A. The more even it is, the better it's going to look. All right, your pound symbol or your hash symbol or hashtag symbol. It's just 4 lines crossing each other. Pretty simple like that. Do put them on slant here. They don't need to be straight up and down like this. Having them on slant looks nice. All right, then a couple of more accounting things. The $sign. If you're signing a receipt, a nice $sign like that. Pretty simple. If you want to be really fancy, you can do the double $sign like that. That looks good too. And then your percent, your cursive percent, it's just a connective percent sign. So this is how we'd make a print percent. When you're doing it in cursive, you just add a little connection. You just connect it like you're doing an O. Like that. I don't know why I made it so big and went below the baseline. I don't think I started high enough. There we go. All right. Those are the figures, the numbers, and the symbols.